She's going around them now, only a couple of lengths off the leaders. Respondent onto her back, being followed back on the rails by Dark Musket in a bunched up field, and no more than about 4 or 5 lengths covering the entirety of them. And back last is Pre-Selection. At the top of the home straight, though, pushed to pass, quickly set sail and races past. Fathoms of Gold, Northridge, Calleur Bazaar, My Magic Miss. She's flat to the floorboards, down to the 200 they come. Pushed to pass, challenged by Northridge, Calleur Bazaar. My Magic Miss keeps coming. She's got a second win. She's starting to knuckle. My Magic Miss, Calleur Bazaar, Northridge battling. My Magic Miss the outside, Northridge the rail. They went to the line, little in it, but I'll give it to the grey. The favourite, My Magic Miss, big win. My Magic Miss, Northridge, and then in the middle came Calleur Bazaar. Close up, Respondent, Dark Musket pushed to pass, and also Vidello Blue. Pre-Selection was next home. Then Fathoms of Gold, and tailing out Senzo amongst the last of them in. My Magic Miss, Smokin' Joe as a party, Northridge down near the rail, Randolph Tan. Calleur Bazaar, another of the greys in the middle. But this has been a very stout effort, a stoic performance by My Magic Miss. The Albany Cup winner, a moral beaten at her last start. As a party, had to go sooner than he probably would have liked. But he threw his chances there into the air and said, let's go, and away she went around them from the back. He had her only a couple of lengths off them, and just for a moment she hit that flat spot in the straight, and then she had to get her second wind and come again, and she showed great toughness there to get home over the top of Northridge, Calleur Bazaar, as we wait for all placings. My Magic Miss by Master Craftsman from Miss Charmer, owned by N and Mrs. TJ Tafili, prepared by Ross Price, ridden by Smokin' Joe as a party. 350 and 150. 2 Northridge by Danehill Express from Nor'easter for the Oakland Park Stud Syndicate, managed by Neville Duncan. Trained by Fred Kersley, ridden by Randy Tan. And Calleur Bazaar, number 6, third home by So Secret from Fine Memories for Jerry Stelmack, E. Gizzarelli, W. Kendall, P and A. M. Warren, Stephen Parnham aboard for trainer Christine Stelmack. Fourth is number 7, Pre-Selection from last. I beg your pardon. Yes, it is. Fourth, number 7. Fifth is number 1, Respondent. And the time is 2:04:11. 34.76, the last 600. And the margin, a half head, a long head. Half a head, a long head. Smokin' Joe, well, he decided to go the trigger early on My Magic Miss, and at the end of the day it turned out to be a trump hand. Race 7, the Belmont Sprint, the feature, Group 3 level at 3:55, and no alterations there in the next, as this grey daughter of Master Craftsman makes her way back into the winner's enclosure. After being such a certainty beaten at her last start, she makes amends today with this narrow victory. Let's go to Adam McGrath.
Yeah, thank you, Darren. Ross Price, winning trainer down here, is not sharing it this day either. That's always a bit nicer, isn't it, Ross?
Yeah, it certainly is. And yeah, she's a bit of a problem lately, just getting to get out the barriers. But unfortunately, she jumped today, but actually knuckled over. She didn't miss the kick at all, but certainly put her in an awkward position early, so she had to do it tough.
You mentioned about not jumping, missed the kick by 5 lengths last start and only went down by a length. And prior to that, her form had been sensational, winning down at Albany, runs behind Material Man and Dark Alert. So she did have the form on the board to be the winner today.
She certainly did, and but I mean, from back there, it was always going to be hard here at Belmont when she had to take off. Well, she hasn't got a real sprint in her, but she outstays them. So Joey rides her really, really well, and he put the others to the sword a long way from home, so that they could, you know, they had to actually chase a long way, and she just outstayed them.
We talked about it just off air. Then she looks gone a couple of times during the run. She looked at Albany, and they sort of keep coming. But as you said, she just grinds and keeps going and going, and seems to really enjoy that battle when they keep coming back at it.
Yeah, that's right. And I mean, like apart from her first ever start where she sprinted over at 1200, she sort of lost that straight away. But she's just got a very good winded horse, and you can take off a long way from home, and that's what you got to do with her.
I guess we saw the importance as well, and you sort of alluded to it, the relationships that some jockeys can build up with horses, and Joey just knowing that she doesn't have that turn of foot and electing to go quite early.
That's right. And probably not many jockeys would be game enough to take off at the probably almost 1,000 there at Belmont when you got all that corner ahead of you. But he knew he wouldn't outsprint him if he left it any longer, so he had to outstay him. That was it.
Ross, well done, mate. It's been a good week.
Thank you.
There's Ross Price. We'll grab Joey as a party now. And Joey, she's been a very good mare in some really good form, and you know, you're able to win the Albany Cup as well. Last start she missed the kick, and today, as Ross said there, she just dwelt a little bit at the start.
Yeah, she started, last prep she sort of developed a bit of a habit of being a bit slow away, but she was good today. She sort of dwelt on jumping, but I don't think that's any fault of the horse. So I got out of her eye and I sort of never really travelled the whole way, and I wasn't really too happy with the pace, so I just made a move from about the 800. Then she really started to grab the bridle, work into the race nice, and she was able to whack away and hold them off.
It's what I just mentioned to Ross there, and something I think all racing fans love to see when a jockey builds a relationship with a galloper. And as we were saying then, some other people might have not gone as early as they did, but you just knew what you had underneath you and you knew she'd keep going.
Yeah, I've rode her last few preps, and like you said, I've developed a good connection with the horse, and I love the horse. She tries her guts out. She's just got a few little nicks that you need to know, and I think I know her pretty well.
Tell you what, you're building up some nice wins over these distance races, aren't you? 2,000 metres plus. We saw you on Jackpot Prince on Wednesday, and today again here. You seem to go really well in these staying races at the moment. Enjoying them?
Yeah, I love a good stone race. They're usually very tactical, sort of like that side of them, and yeah, I've been getting a few winners.
Well done, mate. Congratulations.
Thank you.
There's Joey as a party winning jockey aboard of My Magic Miss, taking out race number 6, the 78 plus event over the 2,000 metres.